it's 27, can't be certain. Day 1 from Beverley Racecourse to Thirsk, into the heart of Yorkshire for the remainder of the month. This is the first of a number of legs. Beverley to Thirsk, York to Beverley, Pontefract to York, Thirsk to Catterick, and then Catterick to Cartmel as we leave the county at the end of the month. I have company today, and indeed for the whole of the walk, from old mate Matt Camacho, brother of Julie, who trains, who is born and bred in the county. Family have huge interest in this game. Matt's a bit of a walking encyclopedia. He's already been reciting the Craven winners going back to 1380. Anyway, we are on our way. We're going to be joined tomorrow, I think, by Joey Newton, who's chairman of Racing Welfare, which will be terrific. Looking forward to seeing Joey. The weather is set fair today. There's just the slightest hint of a bit of dampness in the air tomorrow, but we hope not. We'll see what happens. The idea today is to get to within sort of, I suppose, 10 to 15 miles or so, or 10 to 15 minutes or so from Sledmere, where my dear old dad worked in the 50s, and where Matt and his family have got mares and foals and Lord nobody knows what. And we're going to go and have a nice look around there before going out and having an enormous and well-deserved and well-earned supper, after I suspect probably about 18 miles today. But for the time being, with the Minster at Beverley coming into view, for the time being, walk on. Day 1, late afternoon, well, mid-up, 4 o'clock-ish, about 10.5 miles in, on a leg that is quite resonant of my old man, given the fact that we're going to be finishing tonight quite near Sledmere, with Matt, whose family have got horses there, going to look round the stud and at their mares and foals later, where of course my dear old pa worked back in the 50s. And I've just discovered as we're walking through glorious rolling Wolds countryside of Yorkshire that we're walking between two rather large fields, as you can see on either side, and they are peas. And just look at these bad boys. They are ready, and with apologies to whoever the farmer is, it takes me back to my childhood with my father, who, when my parents first moved out of London, had a kitchen garden. It was one of the great joys of the summer, and it's one of my real childhood memories. Podding peas straight into my mouth. They taste completely different from any pea you get anywhere. Lovely. Walk on, but not before I've had a little pea munch. It does. Leg 27, day 2 of Beverley to Thirsk. Day 1 was very satisfactory, lovely weather, beautiful scenery, 20.5 miles tucked away, delicious dinner last night, courtesy of fellow walker Mr. Camacho. Had a lovely evening, went to see his mares and foals at Sledmere, which was a real treat, and decent night's sleep, although poor old Minty, who was sharing the same bedroom, had to withdraw to the sitting room sofa halfway through the night because apparently, I don't believe a word of it, but apparently I was making a reasonable amount of noise of a snoring variety. So, sorry Mints, disappointing. Anyway, day 2 dawns, not so bright, but absolutely perfect walking weather in, as you can see, the most incredible countryside. This is the Vale of York, and startlingly beautiful it is too. Matt is out again today for day 2. And we are immensely honoured to be joined by no lesser figure than the chairman of Racing Welfare, Joey Newton, who has had a rather busy 24 hours himself, having been up in Yorkshire yesterday with his daughter, eventing, didn't get home until silly o'clock last night in Leicestershire, and drove up this morning. So good efforts. 9 o'clock. We've deliberately set off reasonably early because we're quite keen to get quite a few miles done, but also to get quite a few miles done at a reasonably sensible pace. So if we do happen to come across the odd Yorkshire pub, along the way, we might have time just to pop in and have a stiffener. Anyway, for the moment, the answer is very simply walk on. So, we're inside the final half mile of day 2. We're about to arrive at the village of Craik, which unsurprisingly has a very nice pub in it, which unsurprisingly we'll be getting our customs shortly. We've done it'll be about 24 miles. Lovely day, perfect weather, nice breeze, not too hot, not much sunshine, but absolutely ideal. A lot of great chat, and my fellow walkers today have been full value. Chairman Joey has performed really admirably on his first proper exercise outing in a wee while, I think it's fair to say. And I think if the Sporting Index had been making a price on his miles walk today, and he'd been running the book, I suspect he might have made something like a spread of 11-12. So as we come into the 24th mile, he's looking as sound as a pound, and has done tremendously well. Matt, I'm fairly confident, would fail the vet if asked to now head for the show jumping arena with a little trot on, but has done fantastically well. We're now 45 miles in. I think we're probably leaving about 12 or so, 12-13 for tomorrow. Weather forecast I think is okay. So the answer for the moment is walk on, but not for long. Leg 27, day 3. We're at the start line. We're outside the Durham Ox, where we had the most delicious supper last night. Minty has just dropped us off in the Silver Bullet. Matt is pretending that he's going to trot up sound. We all know he's not. I forgot his blister plasters. And Joey is looking in quite remarkably good order. We've got about 12-13 miles to Thirsk, leaving the village of Craik. It has just absolutely hosed it down, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little bit more en route, but we've got over 4 hours to get there, so should be fine. But for the time being, it's walk on. Day 3, little update here. As you can probably tell from my attire, we've had a little bit of rain. When I say a little bit, I mean 2 minutes worth. We're walking now towards that rather beautiful blue sky, and if you look to the left, it looks positively biblical, whatever rain's going on over there. And if you think that looks bad, look at what's going on over there. I think we've just dodged one of the great North Yorkshire weather bullets. Walk on! Leg 27. From Beverley to Thirsk, 59 miles, including the course walk, in the company of that very splendid lame man, Mr. Matt Camacho, walking like a chicken with problems, and Joey Newton, who has the most burnt carbs I've seen in many a day after yesterday's sunshine. We've had a fantastic 3 days, we really have. It's been a real treat, glorious country. We got incredibly lucky with the weather, and it's great to be at Thirsk. I can now declare leg 27 officially complete. Woo, woo, woo.